Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. We're just cracking on with this video. There's never any rehearsals anyway, but I normally like to get myself a little bit settled in it. I've just pressed the fucking button, sat down, and that's it. That's where we're going. So we're back with another beer review, and it's the final one that was sent to me from Simo. Sent me 3 beers. I bought the 2 Rivy ones, but he sent me an extra beer and he paid for postage. So once again, a big thank you to Simo for this. And it's a beer from a brewery that I've had about 2-3 from, but it is a big beer from them. So the brewery are out of Nottingham. It's Blue Monkey Brewery, and this is a can of their Chimpagne. It is a strong pale ale coming in at 13% ABV. 13%, I cannot believe it. It's a 440ml can. He picked this up, I'm guessing, from the Market Bottle Shop when he got me other ones. Now, he sent me this because he couldn't get me the sour from the Rivy range. So, like I say, a massive thank you to Simo. You didn't have to do that, but much appreciated. Lovely artwork on the can. I will try and have a read on the back. Chimpagne, 13% strong pale ale, ABV, brewed and canned at Blue Monkey Brewing Limited, blah de blah de blah de blah, Nottinghamshire. Malt, wheat, water, oats, yeast, hops. I think it does tell you what hops, but I can't see. But the can looks good. It's a bloody massive beer. It's kind of gold and ginger on the can, a lot like me and my hair. So let's stop waffling. Let's get it cracked open into a glass, see what we get. I didn't know what glass to put it in. I've got so many I didn't know, but I'm going with the Buxton one for this. It's nice and cold. It's nice and cold. It probably doesn't want to be cold. It's just come out of the fridge, but we shall try it. Let's see what we get. 13%, my God. I know Blue Monkey, was it the Liverpool Craft Beer Festival or something, or Nottingham one or something, they had a stout that was 26%. 26%! 13% is big enough, let alone 26%. So it's probably too chilled, really. I don't know how much this was. If Simo wants to comment, that is up to him, but I'm not expecting him to comment. If he spent his money he don't want to say, that's fine. But there you go. That's what we've got. So, beer in a glass, amber in colour, hazy, looks sort of barley wine-ish, doesn't it? And I suppose at the ABV it's maybe going to look like that. Not seeing much carbonation go up, if any. It's not nucleated glass. We got just about a half a finger of white on top. But yeah, it looks like a pale ale. So let's give a swirl and see what we get on the nose. Okay. It's interesting, because 13% you'd expect a big boozy nose. I think I'm picking up a tickle of alcohol in the background. Slightly sweet, malty. I'm not getting a lot off it, but it does feel like there's a little toffee note in there. Caramel sort of thing, toffee caramel thing. It's not an overpowering aroma, which makes it interesting. Nothing nasty, just generally pleasant. Yeah, there's only so much sniffing you can do. So let's dive in on Blue Monkey and their Chimpagne. 13% strong pale ale, sent to me by Simo. Go and check out Simo Sups. I'm sure anyone that watches me has checked him out, but if you haven't, go and check him out, give him a sub, go and have a watch. Let's dive in. Cheers. Definitely a warm in there. Oh, that really comes in afterwards. Okay. There's no denying you pick up that 13%. It is there. I'm not going to say it's... Well, it is there, yeah. I'm not going to say it's massively there, but it is there. And you do get that. But the first initial thought about this beer, taste-wise, was very decent. And I'm not changing that. But you do get the alcohol. So let's go in again. Body's nice. You know, it's very easy to think the stronger you go, the thicker and heavier the body will be. No, not necessarily. Pale ale. It's not normally the sort of style that is going to be a massively heavy beer, but this has some weight to it. You do feel it. It's got a barley wine body feel to it, I'm going to say. But the body's nice. It's very smooth. Carbonation is at a minimal, or at a minimum, however you want to say it, or how it's said. But yeah, it's minimal carbonation. Gives it a nice smoothness. The beer is smooth. The beer is soft. Like I say, you do get that alcohol, but the alcohol taste was there more with the first mouthful. As your palate adjusts, you do lose some of that, but you definitely get a warming in the chest. But it's not an overpowering, strong sort of warming that you get. As I say, a little bit boozy, malty, maybe a touch of syrupiness, maybe. We'll put that down to the ABV of this beer. It sort of feels like I'm getting an orange note in this. A touch of orange sort of creeping up, a marmalade feel, shall we say. Which wouldn't be really sort of out the realms of a pale ale. Certainly a strong one. Giving that a swirl. You do get quite a bit of fizz in there. Floral. A marmalade orange bitterness going on. A little bit sweet. It feels very much... I'm going to hark back to barley wine. It's got that sort of barley wine feel to it, but a little less in your face is what I'm going to say. Certainly taste-wise, barley wine seems to be, it's quite punchy, it's quite in your face. It feels almost like, they can almost feel like a spirit. Not just with the alcohol, but with the taste of things. This one maybe has that spirit feel to it with the ABV, but still just about holds on to a pale ale taste, if you like. It's pretty easy drinking. I think it's a big beer to have in a 440ml can. This would have probably been better at one of them that goes in a 330ml can or 330ml bottle, which is ironic really, because we always moan that we don't get enough beer in some of these. When you buy a beer, you think, oh, it's got to be a bigger bottle, it's got to be a bigger can. This, I think, being 13%, like I say, would have been better in maybe a smaller can or a smaller bottle. But overall, the beer is decent. There really is nothing. There's no hiding the alcohol. You get the alcohol, right? Okay. Do you get 13%? Yeah, maybe, but not in an offensive way. Is there anything nasty tasting in the beer? No, there's genuinely nothing wrong with it, but you've got to expect some of these sort of strong flavours and feels about the beer. But it does feel like a pale ale, and ultimately the beer is decent. Is it one you really want to drink in a 440ml can though? That I'm not sure about. I think this is one of them that you could quite easily get a can of that. You know, if you're hardcore, you may well want to sit that and finish that on a Christmas night. It doesn't really have that Christmas feel because it being a light beer, but it's certainly one you and a mate or whatever sitting there, finish a night, share a can of this. That would sort you out. I'm waffling now, and I'm talking a load of shit. But is it a decent beer? It's a decent beer. You do get that pale ale element, and that's what I like about it. Being too strong, it would have been very easy to lose that pale ale feel about this beer. But this doesn't lose that. It's boozy, it's bold, it's got a big pair of nuts between its legs. And it's not trying to fool you about anything. What it says on the can is what it is. But ultimately what it is a pale ale, and that is what I like about this beer. It still keeps them there, them words there in the beer, and yeah, it's a decent drop. So a big thank you to Simo. 11 minutes in, I'm going to shut up now. I've talked a lot of shit. If you skip through this video, I don't blame you. Decent beer. I think that beer does exactly what it says on the can. If you're thinking out going to get it, and you're into sort of like the barley wine feel, I'm going to say, if you're not sure what it's going to be like, I'm going to say it's got that barley wine feel with that pale ale taste in there. If you've had it before, let me know your thoughts. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to shut up now. Big thanks to Timo again. See you again soon on another one.